Hey guys, I'm Katie, and today I'm going to be doing my review of the movie Eating Gilbert Grape. Why did I choose this movie? I chose this movie because, one, I had heard a lot about it, and I knew that it had a young Johnny Depp and a young Leonardo DiCaprio playing the disabled child, and two, I felt like I could really relate to the story and the characters within it because it tells a story of a family with a special needs child, which is a lot like my family. So, if people were to ask if the people with disabilities in this film were portrayed in a positive or negative light, I would say it goes a little bit of both. Ernie, the disabled child played by a young Leonardo DiCaprio, is sometimes portrayed in a positive light and sometimes in a negative light. He's portrayed in a positive light whenever his playful, youthful, and innocent side is shown. Ernie is very curious and he likes playing with other children. However, Arnie is also portrayed in a negative light whenever he acts in socially inappropriate ways, especially when the topic of death arises. When this happens, he will repeatedly, excitedly chant that someone has died. And this happens in about two main instances in the movie. The first one is at the dinner table, where he chants that his own father, who died by suicide many years before the premise of the story, is dead to the point where it annoys everyone around him, especially his older brother Gilbert. And the second instance is when it is learned that Mr. Carver, the husband of the woman Gilbert was having an affair with, has drowned in his kiddie pool after suffering a sudden heart attack. He also chants that he has drowned, which annoys Gilbert once again. Arnie also lets kids from the neighborhood spy into his window. He is, of course, unaware that they are doing this to laugh at and make fun of and mock his morbidly obese mother. Since Arnie lives in a small town, he is shy around strangers, and when he first meets Becky, he tells her that he is turning 18 pretty soon and that she is not invited to his birthday party. However, Becky grows close to him and Gilbert throughout the course of the movie and eventually ends up coming to the birthday party anyway. Still, Arnie's disability seems to be portrayed as hindering his family from having careers or lives outside of taking care of Arnie and their mother. Do I feel like the depiction of the disability in this film was accurate? Why or why not? Well, I think so. Although it's never explicitly said what Arnie has, I do believe that he could be diagnosed as autistic or on the autism spectrum. In the beginning of the movie, Gilbert says that the doctors would be amazed if he makes it past age 10. Yet, by the time the film starts, Arnie is about to turn 18, and by the time the film ends, he's about to turn 19. I do think that this movie portrays autism in a very artistic and accurate way. Arnie exhibits many restricted, impulsive, and repetitive behaviors, like frequently trying to climb the water tower and getting in trouble with the police for it. He struggles socially and relates more to children than to people his own age. He struggles with acceptable social conventions, especially when it comes to death, like I said earlier. He acts up at the funeral of Mr. Carver when the truck carrying the burger barn comes through, and he cheers whenever it has mentioned that someone has died, even his own father, who, as I said, died from suicide long before the story begins. He even makes jokes about the basement where his father died. But I think that more than anything else, this film tells the story of the difficulties of raising a child with special needs and how it can bring up a lot of heated feelings within a family. I think that's something a lot of people too, including myself, can relate to when seeing this movie. Do I believe that people, after they watch this film, will come away with a better understanding of the disability in question? Why or why not? I think so. I think that people, after they've seen this film, they may have some understanding of autism and how people with autism act. I think they will see how people with autism require so much attention, and they will also see how innocent and childlike people with autism can be. Overall, I really liked this movie. I thought it was very well casted, well directed, and well shot, and I would definitely recommend it, especially to those who have a special needs person in their lives. Thank you for tuning in. Goodbye. Good night.